I am flying to Shanghai, China for $36 round trip from the United States. And I know you're going to say, Sydney, this is clickbait. It's literally not. I literally spent $36. I spent $36. What? Sydney, how did you get this deal? I'm so glad you asked. I use an app called Going. I've been using them since college. It's an app and they send out flight deals. So I was looking at flights to Japan. The flights to Japan were $2,200. And I was like, I cannot afford that. I cannot afford that. So Going sent out a cute little email that said $36 for round trip tickets to Shanghai plus 55,000 Delta points, which I know what you're going to say, Sydney. It's not $36. It's a lot of money. I already had the points. Like, the points were already there. I didn't have to buy the points. I already had the points. So I only spent $36. Okay. I only spent $36. I have been using Going since college. I've gone on many trips where I booked the trip because I saw a deal from Going. So if you're ever like, how do you travel all this much? It's Going. It's literally Going. So I highly recommend downloading the app. I'm part of the $49 membership. It's $49 a year, and they send me flight deals all the time. They also have an elite membership, which is $199 a year. I haven't committed to that one yet, but like I'm thinking about it because they send out like, what are they called? Like premium economy and business class and first class. So sometimes I like being a bougie traveler. But yeah, this video is sponsored by Going, which is crazy. This is my first sponsored YouTube video. But I've been using it for years. I've literally been using it for 10 years at this point. So that's how I got my flights for $36. I got a cutie little like pop-up, and then I also got an email, but a little pop-up that said 55,000 points plus $36 round trip to Shanghai. Let's back up and let's talk about why I'm going to Shanghai, okay? I went to China, or no, what am I saying? I went to Japan last year and I loved every minute of it. I loved every minute of it. It was so fun. My friend Lindsay was like, I want to go with you. And I was like, I'll go back. I'll go back. So she bought her flights and I was like, okay, great. I am going to go book my flights. I was like, I'll look at flights from LA to Japan. $2,200? What? I can't afford that. Not in the budget. Genuinely not my budget. So then Going sent me that email. Before I decided that I was just going to go to Japan, I had really wanted to go to Shanghai and Hong Kong and do all the Disneys. Now listen, I'm not a Disney adult, but I do enjoy going to Disneyland, okay? And like, it's been kind of a goal of mine to go to all of the Disney parks. And the only two Disney parks that I have left are Hong Kong and Shanghai. That wasn't going to work with my schedule, okay? I have a lot of travel coming up that I'll tell you about in a little bit. But it wasn't going to work with my schedule. I wasn't going to be able to go to both of them and be able to afford it. It was not going to happen. So I was like, okay, I'll just go to Japan. Until I got that email from Going, or that app notification from Going. And then I was like, well, now I have to go to Shanghai because that's the cheapest way there. Like, I have a budget for this trip. And if I had bought flights regularly to Japan, I would have busted my budget. There's no way I would have been able to go to Japan on my budget. So then I was like, okay, I'll fly to Shanghai and then I'll fly from Shanghai to Japan because the flights from Shanghai to Japan are only $200. Like, for that inexpensive in my opinion. Anyways, so now this actually worked out really well because now I get to go to Shanghai, which means I get to go to Shanghai Disney. And no, I still have not done my Chinese visa, which I really need to go do. That's on my goal list for this week. That's literally on my to-do list. Is it written down? No, but it's like on my mental to-do list is it's a long process. It's a long process. You have to fill out the paperwork, and then you have to go to the Chinese embassy, and there is one in the city. So I'm going to go down. It's just far away. Anyways, let's talk about all of the travel that I have coming up. This happened like really quickly that all of this travel came up. Literally wild, but I'm basically going to be gone for a month. I'm going to be gone for a month. So it starts with I'm leaving and I'm going home for like 4 days because it's my best friend's bachelorette party. So I'm flying LaGuardia to Santa Ana to Seattle because my flight to Shanghai is from Seattle. Seattle to Shanghai, Shanghai to Tokyo, Tokyo to Shanghai, and then Shanghai to Seattle, and then Seattle to SNA, switching suitcases, flying from either LA or Santa Ana. I haven't booked those flights yet, to Miami because I'm going on a cruise with Norwegian Cruise Line out of Miami. From Miami, I'm flying to St. Martin because my parents are going on vacation and they invited me. So I'm flying from St. Martin back up to Miami to go on a second cruise with Norwegian Cruise Line. I'm going to be gone for 31 days. I'm going to be gone for 31 days. Sydney, how are you doing this with work? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, okay? I'm doing it. Like, it's happening. So don't worry about it. Until you need to worry about it, don't worry about it. And it's all worked out. Everything is worked out. So don't worry about it. It is going to be the craziest trip of my life. I have done trips. So I did one a couple years ago where I did the Christmas markets with my mom. Then I did Florida and then a cruise. And that was crazy. And that was only like what? I think it was like 17 days, 31 days. And this is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy and very expensive. I am very lucky that I'm not paying for the 2 cruises. Those are like covered. I'm very lucky that I get to do that. St. Martin, I do have to pay for a little bit, but not like I have to pay for my flights. I have to pay for, but like I don't have to pay for like the hotel because we're staying in my grandparents' condo, which is great. And then Japan is all on me. And so is Shanghai. So it's going to be an expensive time. Listen, we're probably going to be doing no spend last half of April and no spend May, June, and July, but like we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. I'm very, very excited. What am I looking forward to most? I'm looking forward to, I've never been to China ever. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Shanghai Disney. And then I'm also going to do like some tours around Shanghai. I don't have a lot of time. So I'm probably just going to like join one of those like Get Your Guide or Klook guided tours because I like those and they're easy. I'm going to go see Mount Fuji, which I'm really excited about. I didn't get to see it last time. Hopefully I'll get to see it because, you know, it's cloudy. But I'm really excited and like this is just really fun. And of course I'm going to take you guys along. I'm going to be making TikToks and long form YouTube videos. It's all gonna be very exciting and I'm gonna do budgeting videos on everything. I'll give you a breakdown so far of what I've spent. Let's just start at the beginning. My flights from LaGuardia to Santa Ana, it was a one-way ticket and it was like $130, but I had a $125 gift card, so I only spent $5 on that. So let's just say $5 to Santa Ana. My flights to Seattle were $200 round trip. My flights to Shanghai were $36. My flights to Japan were $180 round trip. Here's what I've spent so far. It's not terrible on this trip. I haven't booked any hotels yet. All my flights are booked up until flying to Miami. I have to book those flights because I'm just waiting to hear from the cruise line. I'm gonna give you guys a full breakdown of how much everything costs, including flights, hotels, food, everything. I will give you guys a full breakdown on here and on TikTok. Don't worry about that. I'm really excited about this. We are staying. If you guys don't know this about Tokyo Disney, it's like really hard to get tickets. Last year I bought them through the Klook app, which was great. Klook. But this year Tokyo Disney has Fantasy Springs, which the only way to get into Fantasy Springs is if you have a special pass. And the only way to get that special pass is to stay at one of the Disney resorts. So I have been feverishly stalking the Tokyo Disney vacation packages every night, logging on, trying to figure out if they had any available. And finally the other night, one popped up. It is a lot of money, but I think it's going to be worth it because we're like guaranteed tickets to Fantasy Spring. We're guaranteed tickets to everything. If you guys have been to Shanghai or Japan, we're really going to stay in like the Tokyo area. If you've been to either of those two places, like please drop your recommendations in the comments. I've already done Japan, but I've never done Shanghai and I want to make sure that I'm getting like all that I can out of this. So I would love your guys' recommendations on what to do, where to stay, what to see, what to eat. I would love to know. And if you guys have any questions about like trips or planning or anything like that, let me know. I would be happy to talk with you. I would be happy to make a video about it. I'll see you guys next time. I can't believe this is happening.